How's it going, guys? My name is TJP and welcome back to another Madden NFL 24 Franchise Rebuilding Challenge. We've got our next team here in the AFC, and it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, who got eliminated in the AFC Conference Championship game. We're almost done with all the normal team rebuilds, by the way, just so you guys know. Hopefully get them done very soon. I might even double post some Madden just to kind of end that series and get ourselves to some other games that are going to be coming out very, very soon. So, with that all being said, though, leave a like, subscribe, and join the content. Comment down this video, your socials, playlist, second channel, main channel down in the description, with all the rules as well. And yeah, if you like other content, be TJP. And yeah, 5 seasons, injuries on, not meant to be realistic. And if I mispronounce these names, I mispronounce these names. Again, it's a video game at the end of the day. Do not take this too seriously. And I guess with that all being said, let's get on to the gameplay. Let's take a look at this Bengals roster here, because it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one, right? We got Joe Burrow, QB, should be here the entire video. We got Mixon as our running back. Our wide receivers, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, pretty solid wide receivers. We got Irv Smith Jr. tight end. Orlando Brown, we got left tackle. Cordell Volson will be our left guard. We've got Ted Karras, going to be our center. Alex Kappa, right guard. And we got Jackson Carman, right tackle. Sam Hubbard, left end. Right end, Trey Hendrickson. DJ is going to be your defensive tackle. Him and BJ. DJ and BJ. And then we've got Akeem Davis-Gauthier. It's going to be our left outside linebacker. Mid linebacker is going to be Jermaine Pratt. And then right outside linebacker is going to be Logan Wilson. Corners, Chidobe, Hilton, and Taylor Britt. Free safety, Nick Scott. Strong safety, Daxton Hill. Kicking is McPherson. Punting is Robbins. And then there is your pick situation. And I guess that's pretty much our roster there. Now let's take a look at the team schemes and see what we've got going on over here. So might change our scheme fit here to a West Coast zone run. That seems to be the best one. Or we could do a vertical zone run. I might do that. We'll go vertical zone run. Because I feel like that does match our quarterbacks and receivers pretty well. And then base 4-3 defense, that it's 100%, so we'll keep it that way. I'm going to take a look at the improved team functionality just to see if we have any moves that we want to make. And I might have to adjust that again, actually, if I do make a trade. But we'll look at the improved team and see if there's anybody out there that we could potentially pick up. I guess a left guard would be nice. I mean, an AJ Can for the season wouldn't be too bad, and I might just end up doing that. So we'll pick him up for the year. We have a little bit of money to play around with, so it's not too bad on that front. Want to get a fullback? I could get a fullback if I wanted to, like a Janovich. Yeah, we can get Nanny Janovich for the season. Why not? Just another offensive, option but on the team. I usually don't get fullbacks, so kind of makes sense there. And a free safety. Do I want to get any free safeties? I mean, I could get like a LaMarcus Joyner, an Eric Rowe, a Logan Ryan. I think a Logan Ryan would work since he fits the scheme of our team. And I think that's about it for moves. I think maybe at the midseason point we could try to look at trade, but it doesn't really matter too much if we do make a trade or not at the midseason. We can look once we get there. I do think the roster is looking pretty solid. Again, I'm going to double check the team schemes, make sure that they fit pretty well. West Coast zone and 76%, 100% scheme there. So that works for me. Let's see how this team does. I'll see you guys at the midseason point, where hopefully we're in a good position to make the playoffs. Now we're sitting at 3-3, which isn't too great, but you can see our rankings. So let's take a look at what's going on here in the statistics to see what we need to improve on. I mean, Joe Burrow not having the greatest of seasons. I mean, a little too high on the interceptions. I mean, that's why his pass rating is a little bit lower. 98 pass rating is not bad. 70% completion percentage, 1,512 yards. So if you can cut down those interceptions, it'd be nice. You got Mixon running on the rush, 374, 5 TDs from him. Our receivers, we got Jamar Chase, 479, 2 TDs, 312 and 4 from Tyler Boyd, 272 from Irv Smith, T. Higgins, 241. Blocking has been actually really good. Only 6 sacks allowed, which is not too bad. So defensively, Taylor Britt, 45 tackles lead the team. They got Pratt with 42, 33 from Mike Hilton, 32 from Daxton Hill, 31 from Logan Wilson. Hendrickson with 26, 24 from Hubbard, 20 from BJ. DJ with 17, 16 between Chidobe and Logan Ryan so far. And sacks, we got BJ with 5, 4 from Hendrickson, and Hubbard and 1 from DJ Reader. And then interceptions, we've got 8 as a team so far. Pratt and Hilton. Then we got Hill, Uzi, and Battle. McPherson kicking, and you're punting, kick return, and punt return here. So let's take a look here at the team stats here. So offensively, we're 20th yards gained, and I think, is our passing been good or not? Our passing has actually been, where are the Bengals? I feel like our passing hasn't been too great. Yeah, could be better. Rush is at, actually, our passing has been pretty good. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Our passing has been pretty good. Our rush is worst in the league. No. One of the worst in the league. There we are. 15-15 on the passing. I thought we were the Browns. I mean, yeah, there we go. Okay on the passing, and then our rush has been pretty bad. We're scoring 23.3 points per game is what I think is what it said. So, okay, we can look to improve that a little bit. I mean, our defense has been solid in terms of the total yards. 1295 on the pass has been pretty good, and we've defended well against the rush. 628, allowed 134 points overall. So, are there any moves we want to make? We could make a move. It's not imperative that we do it this season, but we could definitely look around in the market. We have a lot of guys up for negotiation, so I'm gonna take a look around. If there's a move, I'll let you guys take a look and see. Otherwise, I think I'll just keep the team as is for the season and try to improve in the off season. All right, I traded for Titus Howard from the Texans. I traded with a future first-round pick. We got back a 4th, 2/7 to the 5th-round pick this year as well. So some extra draft capital, low draft capital. But we do get Titus Howard as well. Hopefully he fits the scheme of our team and will improve our offensive line even more. But I think that's about it for moves. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. It's just a small move. We can look to try to improve this team in the offseason for sure, whether that's through free agency, trades, and the draft. First season, we ended up missing out the playoffs 9-8, which is kind of unfortunate. Didn't really see that happening, but here we are, missed out on the playoffs 9-8. But it's okay, not a problem. We still have our first round pick. I mean, we had a solid season. It's just, yeah, 9-8 is not enough this year. So let's look at the stats. No, maybe if we won another game or two, we could have made it. And Joe Burrow, not too bad. 39.71 on the yardage, 27 TDs, 13 interceptions. Like cut that down a little bit. 69% completion percentage, 98.8 passer rating. Rush-wise, Joe Mixon ran for 1,264 yards, 13 TDs. That's pretty solid. In terms of receiving, Jamar Chase had over 1,000 receiving yards, 1,085 to be exact, 6 TDs, 936 and 7 for Boyd. Higgins, 743 and 6. Irv Smith Jr., 414. In terms of blocking, our blocking was all right. Yeah, not too bad. Overall, pretty good. And then our defense, Jermaine Pratt led the team in tackles, 130 97 with Logan Wilson, 94 from Taylor Britt, 87 from Hilton, 81, 65 between Shdoby and Logan Ryan, 61 from Hubbard, 59 from Hendrickson, BJ Hill with 57, 43 from DJ Reader. In terms of QB sacks, 7 from Hill, 6 from Hubbard, 4 from Hendrickson, and then the rest of the guys down there. In terms of interceptions, we got 4 from Pratt and Hilton, 2 from Taylor Britt and Hill, and these guys down here with 1. Kicking is McPherson. You got your punting from Robbins, and then we've got your kick return and punt return overall. So let's see here. Offensive yards, 7th in the league, 5,900 yards. Our passing was at 39.74, which is near the top of the league. Our rush was at 19.26, which actually is not too bad as well. And then you got your 23 points per game, which was okay. Pretty solid. And then our defense, the Bengals, I think our defense might have dipped a little bit. It did a little bit. And our pass yards allowed was near the top of the league in terms of, not being great. And then our rush was still pretty solid, 1,752 yards. We allowed 386 points, which is about half the league for sure. But again, we were a decent team, 9-8. I think we could, maybe win 12 games next season if we make the right moves and make the playoffs. So we'll see who ends up winning the Super Bowl and then go on from there. 58, the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Isn't that a shocker? For those that watch the Cowboys video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 31-30, Parsons Super Bowl MVP, Hurts MVP, McCarthy, Hurts, Mack, Robinson from the Falcons, Byron Young from the Rams, getting the defensive rookie. The rookies of the year, respectively, offensive rookie and defensive rookie of the year. With that being said, let's go on to the offseason and see if we can make some improvements to this team. All right, so let's look at the negotiations here. So obviously, Jamar Chase has an option. We're going to accept that 5th-year option, of course. Would like to get back T. Higgins. Woozy would like to get back. Got Tyler Boyd, DJ Reader. So some guys here that we wouldn't mind keeping around. We have the cap space to re-sign them, so let's see if we can maybe make some moves, and then if there's any other moves, money that we have left over, we could try to sign some additional free agents. I'm going to try to see if we can keep these guys on the team. I'll let you guys know how that falls and works out. We'll get back to you in a moment. Alright, so DJ Reader wants to test, which I guess it's fine. So does Irv Smith. I offered him a contract. Do we want Jonah Williams on our team? No, we have Orlando Browns. We don't really need him. Alright, so we're going to let these guys test. Maybe we'll try to get them back. Maybe we won't. We'll see. If not, we'll try to find some replacements for them. Not a big deal. We'll have a little bit of money to play around with, so I'll see you guys in free agency. We're not doing any. I don't think I'm going to do any contract restructurings this season. I think we can just try to add around. Plus, we have our the draft picks, so we can always draft some guys as well to round out the roster. So I'll see you guys in free agency. We'll see who end up signing, and we'll go on from there. Alright, so let's take a look at free agency recap. We did a couple signings. Nothing too crazy, but we did get ourselves DJ Jones, replacement defensive tackle. I also got Ashley Davis, new free safety. I did get CJ Zoma, new tight end. And then we've got David Edwards, left guard. So not a wild free agency, but just to kind of fill in some of the positions of need with some of the players we couldn't get back. It might have just been a little bit too expensive. So we'll have the draft, though. We're going to have a pretty solid draft. I'll show you guys the first-round pick that we have. Should be good, and we'll go on from there. 15. And if I make my selection, one of the things that we need, obviously we need a left guard. That's, I think, our biggest position of need is a left guard right now. Looking around here, there's any positions that we could, corners, where we could use another corner, I guess. C+ isn't too bad. Strong safety, Deion Spence would be too bad as well. There's really a good left guard out here. Yeah, not necessarily. Most of these guys are left tackles. We could probably get a left guard later on in the draft. I mean, I could draft a QB. There's a lot of talented QBs out there that we could, potentially use in a trade. I could just also go with a corner or a strong safety. I mean, Deion Spence wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I could go with Deion Spence. And maybe I will, or maybe we go Peter McDaniels as well. That's an option too. We have only 56 seconds, so I think I'm gonna go with Deion Spence. We'll go with a strong safety here, Deion Spence, and he's out of Oregon State. So yeah, we'll do the rest of the draft picks off camera, and I'll let you guys know who we take. Let's look at the draft recap here. So obviously you saw our first round pick. To get some other guys here, we got some another tackler, J.D. Quick. Got Hayden, another right outside linebacker, another running back, tight end, free safety, right guard, a couple of running backs. Yeah, so not too bad of a draft. I mean, we've got a lot of guys on the squad now, so we should be okay. Regardless, I'm going to see you guys at the start of the second season. I'm hoping for some improvement this year, so we'll see what ends up happening. Alright, so we are in preseason for the second season. Let's see what we have going into this year. We've got Joe Burrow, obviously our QB. Running backs, got Mixon. We also got Keenan, who we just drafted. In terms of fullbacks, got Gonzalez on the team. Got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, your wide receivers. Tight end's going to be C.J. Uzoma. Left tackle's going to be Orlando Brown. Left guard, David Edwards. Ted Karras, our center, at least right now, so Trey Hill. Cap is going to be our right guard. Right tackle is Howard. Hubbard's going to be our left end. We've got Trey Hendrickson, going to be our right end. Defensive tackles will be B.J. Hill with DJ Jones. Keem Davis going to be our left outside linebacker. Mid linebackers will be Jermaine Pratt. Right outside linebacker, Logan Wilson. Corners, Uzi, Hilton, Taylor Britt. Ashton Davis going to be our free safety. Daxton Hill, strong safety. Okay. McPherson kicking. And then punting is Robbins. And then, yeah, we don't have our first-round pick this upcoming draft since we traded that away to the Texans. Any moves that we could potentially make this season? Perhaps there are, but let's look at the improved team and see if there's anybody that maybe just pick up for the season. Improve the team. I mean, Ted's obviously hurt. Once he's healthy, he should be okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind a better punter. I mean, a Corey. Could get with a Corey. That's an option. A left guard, obviously David Edwards is pretty weak. I mean, I could try to sign like a young left guard and maybe have them develop, but it's probably not really worth it. I think we're just going to keep the team as is for this season. I mean, unless there's a trade that we want to make. But I think we're good. I think let's just keep the squad as is. If I need to make a move at the midseason point, I will. I'll double-check the team schemes to make sure that they still fit. Honestly, West Coast might be our one to run. And I think that's the one I'm going to run. West Coast power run. Base 4-3 defense. Is that our best one still? Looks like it is. So we'll keep it that way as well. We'll see how this team does this second season. I'm hoping for some improvement this year. 3, you look at offensive ranks, pretty solid. But at our defensive ranks, been pretty solid in terms of yardage. But you can see there, some of those other stats there aren't too great. But let's look at the statistics to see what's going on with the squad this year. So Joe Burrow is having a good year. 770 yards, 14 TDs, no interceptions. That's 78% completion percentage and 130.5 passer rating. That's really good. Yet somehow we're only 3-3. Joe Mixon, 436, 3 TDs. That's pretty solid. Receiving, Jamar Chase, 576, 1 TD, 46 and 4 from Higgins, 285 and 3 from CJ, 264 and 5 from Tyler Boyd. There's your blocking, 6 sacks allowed. Pretty good. Big Pratt's got tackles on lock, 43. 40 from Wilson, 32 from Hill, 28 from Hilton, 28 from Davis, 25 from Taylor Britt, 23 from BJ Hill, 20 from Uzi, 15 from DJ Jones. Trey Hendrickson's got fit 13, 11 from Hubbard. Sacks, don't have a lot of those. 2.5 from Hill, 2 from Jones, 1 from Trey, and half sack from Mike Hilton, and only 2 interceptions as well, Hill and Uzi. Our defense is a little bit thin there. I'd like to get a little bit more, force a little bit more turnovers. More sacks, more takeaways. But, I mean, offensively, in terms of yardage, we are 6th, which is pretty solid. Our passing is going to be near the top. And our rush is at 676, which is not too bad, if I say so myself. We're scoring 29.3 points per game, which is tied for the best. I'd like to get our record up a little bit. Defensively, the yardage is not too bad. We're 1380 pass yards allowed, which is pretty solid. And then our rush is at 694 yards allowed, which is not too bad. It's more like middle of the pack. At 159 points allowed. That is okay. I'm going to look around. I think it's worth looking around, see if there's any trades we might want to make. We have 12 players of negotiation. I don't know who those players are. Mixon, like to keep around. Hill. Mike Hilton. So a few guys. McPherson, Ted, Karras, Daxton Hill as an option, so that's fine. Got a lot of strong safeties, though, I will say that. Yeah, I would like to keep around Joe Mixon. He's been pretty solid. I mean, if I have to I probably have to restructure contracts this upcoming season. It's my assumption. We have a little bit of room to make a move, so I think I'm going to do that. Look around at the very least, and if there's anybody out there that we could make a trade for to improve the team, I will totally do so. All right, I made this trade here with the Broncos to get Mike Gesicki, 2 7th-round picks for Gonzalez, Uzoma, and a 2nd, 3rd-round pick this year. So a couple later picks, but we do get a better tight end in the end. So I think that'll be just another weapon for us on the offensive side of the ball. I know our offense has been pretty good, so we're going to, I guess, just try to outscore teams as best as we can. I mean, if we look at the team schemes right now, they still should be pretty solid on the scheme, 76% there. West Coast run, which is fine. Base 4-3 still 90%, so we'll keep it that way as well. So let's see how this team does in the second season. We're going to try to get back to the playoffs. I mean, obviously this past year in real life, Bengals lost in the AFC Championship game, and last season we couldn't even make the playoffs. So hopefully this year things will be different. If not, we definitely have some moves in 3 seasons to come to try to get back into the playoffs. Well, this year 9-8. Okay, so this year 9-8 gets us to the playoffs, so that's cool to see. Browns, Bengals, and Ravens all 9-8 this season, and we got a big win against the Steelers. Otherwise, they would have been in the playoffs. So huge win on Week 18 to get us in. We just were able to slip in, so that's awesome. Again, we weren't great, but good enough to make it. So we got the bye. Jacksonville's got the bye. And The Falcons also have the bye. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Did the Ravens not make it? I don't think the Ravens made it either, actually. Okay. Yeah, the Ravens also missed out, too. We'll look at the stats here, see how the team did. I want to say Joe Burrow had a great season, and he did. 4,506 yards, led the NFL. 36 TDs, 10 interceptions, 74% completion percentage, and 114.9 passer rating. Mixon, 1,197 yards, 14 TDs. He was really good. Burrow was solid. Receiving-wise, Jamar Chase, 1,377 yards, 4 TDs, 1,031, and 5 from Higgins. Mike Gesicki, 816 and 9, 783 and 11 from Tyler Boyd, which is cool to see. Blocking, we were good except for Orlando Brown, who let up 16 sacks. That's not good. Jermaine Pratt, 133 tackles, lead the team. 110 from Logan Wilson, 81 from Daxton Hill, 78 from Hilton. Taylor Britt with 73, 65 from Awuzie, 65 from Davis, 60 from Hill, 54 from DJ Jones, 46 from Trey Hendrickson, 44 from Hubbard, 40 from Davis Gauthier. Not too bad. Not too bad. In terms of sacks, 6.5 from DJ, 6 from Hill. So DJ and BJ. We had 5 from Trey, 3 from Hubbard, and a half sack from Mike Hilton. In terms of interceptions, 4 from Hilton, 2 from Pratt and Woozy, 1 from Hill and Taylor Britt. McPherson's kicking, missed 4 field goals, missed an extra point. Brad Robbins, and then you got your kick return and punt return there. Jones and Stevenson. We're the number 1 offensive yard gain team because our passing was super high. Our rush was at 1734, or I think it was, or 1754 rather, which is okay, not too bad. We'd score 28 points per game, which was the number 1 in the league. So yeah, our offense, we outscored teams. That was the plan, and it worked out. Got us to the playoffs. Hopefully that works in the playoffs as well. Then defensively, you know, could have been better. Definitely could have been better. 3950 pass yards allowed is pretty high. 1,800 rush yards allowed is pretty solid. We defended well against the rush, I'd say. But we did allow 430 points, which was third most, tied for third most in the league. So yeah, we're definitely a great offensive team and not so much defensively. I guess that makes sense. All right, so in the wild card, we got the Bills. Let's see how we fare against them. You can see their rankings compared to ours. So hopefully we can just outscore them. That's my hope. We'll see. We're going to head on to the Super Sim and go on from there. All right, Highmark Stadium. Highmark Stadium. Bills home team, obviously, since they were 12-5. We'll see how we do here. Can we get the first blood in the first quarter? We do get a field goal to start off, which is nice. 10-0 in the first quarter. Going to the second quarter. Bills going to score there, make it 10-7. Now it's 13-7, 13-10. Third quarter, they're going to score another field goal. We're going to take the lead 20-13 going to the fourth quarter. We get a stop there. We get a field goal. That's huge. They get a field goal, touchdown, tie game. We win on a field goal, 26-23, and we are advancing to the divisional as we beat the Bills 26-23. We clutched it out there, and we were able to outscore them. It was close, but got the job done. 258 yards from Burrow. We didn't have any TDs. But Joe Mixon, 11 carries, 51 yards. Jamar Chase, 4 receptions, 62 yards. T. Higgins, 5 receptions, 67 yards. And we ended up holding on by 3 points. On to the divisional. Let's see who we're taking on. All right, we got to take on Jacksonville. It's a tough matchup. They were 13-4. We were 9-8. You'd see their rankings compared to ours. Again, if we can outscore them, maybe, just maybe, we'll head out to the Super Sim and find out if we can do such thing. I'll see you guys what's in there. So heading on into Super Sim, we've got Cincinnati and Jacksonville. We're at Jacksonville, of course. They had the best record in the AFC. So we'll sim to end the game here and see what happens here. Start off here. We're going to get first blood 7-0. Jacksonville's going to tie up the game, though, 7-7. We're going to take the lead 10-7 on a field goal. We're going to the second half 17-7. They get a field goal touchdown. We're going to take the lead, though, 24-17, fourth quarter. They're going to tie up the game. We can't score. We're going to score here. We don't score. Going to OT. It's going to be us winning on a field goal. Again, 27-24. Going to the AFC Conference Championship game again. Look at that. Joe Burrow. Looking at the camera. Probably saying he's him. I don't know. But we somehow beat Jacksonville. 27-24. Joe Burrow. I mean, Lawrence was good. But I guess shout out to the boys. Getting the job done. Their defense didn't do quite enough. But we'll take it. We'll take the W. Heading on to the AFC Conference Championship game. Who's going to be? Let's find out. If we can win, we can get to the Super Bowl. Well, we got ourselves the Kansas City Chiefs here. They were 12-5. We were taking them on at their stadium. And you look at their rankings compared to ours. I mean, honestly, their rankings don't look too great. But, well, defensively in terms of yardage. But they're pretty good defensively, it looks like, on everything else. But let's see if our offense can somehow overpower their defense and propel us to the Super Bowl. Let's see what's going on in the Super Sim. All right, will our run end here, or will we be advancing beyond the AFC Conference Championship? We're going to find out here. We're going to the Super Sim. We're going to the Super Sim, right? Okay, I was pressing the X button and it wasn't working. So here we go. Starting off here, we're going to get first blood 7-0. We're going to get the stop there. We're up 14-0 second quarter. KC's going to get a touchdown. We're going to get one 21-7, now 21-14. Third quarter, they're going to tie up the game 21-21. We're going to take the lead 20-21 going to the fourth quarter. Tied up. And we're going to score again, 35-28, get a stop. And we are going to go to the Super Bowl in our second season. 35-28. Our offense has been dominant. Absolutely dominant. I don't know how. Doesn't make sense. But here we are. 35-28. Let's friggin' go. Super Bowl in our second season. Joe Burrow, 403 yards thrown for, 2 TDs, outdueling Patrick Mahomes. Mixon, 12 carries for 48 yards. Jamar Chase, 10 receptions, 111 yards. T. Higgins, 6 receptions, 103 yards. So, again, we outscored them. That was the plan, just to outscore every single team. And it's working so far. And this is pretty ironic, considering the fact that, I mean, our team is obviously good offensively, but I don't know. I feel like we've had teams that are, in my opinion, are better offensively that don't score as much. But there you go. The game's the game, EA. The game is the game. Look at that. We got the Seahawks. They're also 9-8, ironically. And they're on a nice little run, just like us, getting all the way to the Super Bowl. You can see the rankings. They're pretty similar to us. So we'll see what happens. 9-8. Can we beat them? For those that don't know how the Super Bowl works, for the Super Sim, we do quarter by quarter. If it's close, we hop on in. Or, you know, we try to hop on in. And then, you know, if it's a blowout, we hop on in. We want to watch the celebration. That's the idea. If we're going to lose, then who the hell cares, right? All right, let's head on to the Super Sim and see what happens at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, we are in Dallas. So we're going to go quarter by quarter here. Let's see what happens. We're going to jump forward to the next quarter. So starting off here, we're going to get first blood 7-0. Actually go up 10-0. They're going to get a field goal there, 10-3. Second quarter is about to commence. So not a bad first quarter from us. They do have the ball right now. Can we force a turnover here? We do. And we're going to go up 17-3. They're going to get a touchdown, though, 17-10. And we're going to the second half with a 17-10 lead. So now let's go to the third quarter here. Jump forward. Seattle is going to get a field goal there. We're going to get a field goal. It is 20-13. 20-13. So we're going to jump forward to the next quarter here. And can we get a stop here? They're going to tie up the game. And with a minute 58 to go, we're hopping on in. We have the ball. All 3 touchdowns here, or timeouts here. So 20-20, trying to win the Super Bowl in our second season. Burrow gets a pass there. And that is the man, the myth, the legend, T. Higgins. What? Did you just see that? He kicked him. It looked like he kicked him. All right, minute 39 to go, 2nd and 4. Try to get a first down here. Let's see, Burrow looks, going to get a first down. Once again, Higgins. And we might as well just let the clock run, get into field goal distance, and win on a field goal. That seems to be the plan. To get ourselves closer and closer. Burrow looking, has an open man, and we are going to get out of bounds there. A minute 9, the clock stops, 8-yard gain. We are in a good position right now to potentially win this Super Bowl here. Joe Burrow, what's he going to do? He's looking. And that's going to be a first down there. And we're going to call a timeout, minute 4 seconds. Was that Mike Gesicki? Might have been. All right, let's see. Going to get a little run in. Mix it up the alley. 2nd and 3. We are in prime time position right here. And yes, Seattle's the one calling timeouts. We're not the one calling timeouts, obviously. Getting another run. First down. Beautiful. 57 seconds to go. I mean, we're just going to try to get as close as we can, run the clock down. And looks like we're in good position here to win the Super Bowl. But I don't want to jinx it. Running again. Makes it, what's he going to do? He's going to get through somehow. Love it. And is he hurt? It looks like he was hurt there. All right, 23 seconds. Do you want the clock run down? Do probably get one more run, and if not, then go for a field goal. So let's see. Yep, we're getting another run in. Maybe get a score here? No, we get stopped at the line. First goal timeout with 11 seconds. A very easy field goal for McPherson. He should be able to make this. And he does. As we go up by 3 in the Super Bowl, trying to clinch it here in our second season against the Seahawks. So kickoff with 8 seconds. I mean, barring a miracle, which if you've seen my videos, you know it's possible. We got to get a perfect defense to get a stop there with 5 seconds to go. They've got one play to run, basically. You got one play. It's a Hail Mary. You got to do it. Let's see what happens here. Just get one stop. Can we do it? Geno Smith looking. Caught. No, we're not caught. And that is the game. And we have won the Super Bowl in our second season somehow, some way. I don't know how we did it. But, okay. I mean, I will take it. I will take it. Shout out to the boys. I mean, offensively, we were great. We got the job done. Cincinnati went all the way, and they get their Super Bowl victory. And there they are, hoisting up everybody, and the boys are looking good. And there is the Super Bowl trophy. I'm sure we know who the MVP will most likely be. My guess is probably Joe Burrow. That's my guess. There's celebration. There's Joe Burrow holding the trophy. They're going to hoist it up. Joe Burrow's he's just gazing at it like it's his child. Yep, he's hoisting it up. And shout out to Cincinnati getting the job done. Field goal there on that last drive. Joe Burrow, 263 yards, 1 TD, 82% completion percentage. I mean, that's really good. So, yeah, we're Super Bowl in our second season. I mean, we got 3 more seasons to go, but this was a very, very good start. Kind of surprised that we won it this year, to be honest. But, hey, I'll take anything I can get. So there you go. Let's look at the Super Bowl recap. As you can see, Joe Burrow, Super Bowl MVP. Bengals get their first Super Bowl. Hurts, Smith, Crosby, who had 4 touchdowns from the Vikings. Miles Sanders from the Chargers winning Rookies of the Year, respectively. What's going on in the offseason? Chief could try to win another Super Bowl at some point in the video. Play around with it. Definitely want to keep Joe Mixon around, even though he's kind of regressing. And Jacksonville's got an option to accept that. Other than that, I mean, there's really nobody else. I mean, McPherson like to keep. See a couple guys. So I'll try to see who we can negotiate contracts with and try to keep on the team. I'm going to let the rest of these guys test. Even Ted, I might just let him test. I want to see if I can maybe get a better center, whether that be through a trade or something. But we have a tad bit of money to play around with. Maybe try to add a couple depth players. We don't have our draft picks this season. We traded away a lot of our picks, but that's totally fine. Also, it looks like we lost some of our defensive tackles because they might have retired. Nick Chubb's out here. We got Amari Cooper. Love to get Amari Cooper, but we don't need him. So let's try to see if we can find a better center in free agency and just get another defensive tackle. I mean, we try to get Pierce on the team. Yeah, DJ Jones. Yeah, BJ is gone. So, I mean, if I can get a defensive tackle, that'd be nice. Just an extra one. If not, there's BJ, actually. Yeah, if I can get another defensive tackle, that'd be nice. If not, no worries. But I do want to get a center. That's the priority. So, if I need to re-sign Ted, I will. But if I can get a different guy, maybe that fits scheme our team that's a little bit younger, I mean, that's something that I wouldn't be opposed to doing. I forgot to show you guys the free agency recap. But the only thing I did was sign a new center. So, I'll just show you guys who we signed. But, yeah, that was about it. I signed Josh Myers, replaced Ted Karras. Fits scheme team's younger, so that's the only thing I did. I mean, we're just going to head down to the draft recap, and I'll see you guys once I'm there. Traded for Davis and a 5th-round pick this year. I traded a future 1st-round pick, so from the Lions. So, yeah, we're getting a Davis, another defensive tackle, younger guy that fits scheme the team, and we get a 5th-round pick this year in return. I know we're trading a future 1st, but I think it's worth it. Bolster up the defense a little bit. So, yeah, now I'll see you guys at the draft recap. Right here at the draft recap. And, I mean, nothing too crazy. Some corners, some mid linebackers. Mostly focused on the defensive side of the ball, which makes sense. We did need to improve our defense a little bit. But overall, I like the squad. Let's head on to the 3rd season. See if we can try to win another Super Bowl this year. If not, at least, build towards potentially winning one. All right, so here's the roster going into the next season. So you can see we got Joe Burrow. We still got Mixon on the team. Keenan coming into his own a little bit. In terms of fullbacks, no fullbacks. Our wide receivers, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. Tight ends could be Mike Gesicki. Orlando Brown is our left tackle. Left guards be David Edwards still. We got center Josh Myers. Cap is going to be our right guard. Right tackle will be Howard. Murphy's going to be our left end. We got Hendrickson as our right end. Defensive tackle Jordan Davis. And we got DJ Jones still here. Keems, who got our left outside linebacker. Mid linebackers be Jermaine Pratt. Right outside linebackers be Logan Wilson. Corners, Woozy, Taylor Britt, and Turner. Free safeties be Ashton Davis. Strong safeties to be Daxton Hill. Got a lot of good strong safeties, which is pretty cool. And then McPherson's your kicker, and then punter's Brad Robbins. And I guess on that note, yeah, I mean, there's really no improvements that I think we would need to make. We kind of already did our trade there before the draft. So I think we should be on a good note. I mean, obviously, left guard, we could always maybe look to improve that at some point. You know, Edwards, get somebody better than him. But right now, I mean, team is fine on my end. Punting, I mean, Brad Robbins, he's okay, so it works for me. Yeah, overall, the team should be good again this season, I would assume. I mean, made the playoffs last year. We were 3-3, and we made it as a 9-18 and went all the way. So, as long as we're good offensively, we could outscore teams, I think we should be in solid shape. So, we're starting at 4-2 right now, which is pretty good. I mean, I'll take it. Offensively, look good. Defensively, I mean, the yardage looks good, but the other defensive rankings, not so much. Let's look at the stats and see how we're doing. I mean, Joe Burrow, I imagine, doing Joe Burrow things, and that's right. He's top 5 in passing yards, top 2 in TDs, and top 3 in passer rating. I'll take it, and he's great completion percentage. So you love to see that from him. Rush-wise, Mixon, 476, 3 TDs, 31, 39, 4 from Keenan. Joe Burrow's even getting a little bit on rushing action. T. Higgins, a leading receiver this year. 5'11", 3 TDs, 407 and 7 from Tyler Boyd, 399 and 1 from Jamar Chase, 261 and no TDs from Mike Gesicki. We got our blocking that's looking okay. Orlando Brown looks like he's going to allow a lot of sacks again now. That's not a fan of that. Jermaine Pratt, 55 tackles, lead the team. 32 from Daxton Hill, 30 from Taylor Britt, 29 from Davis, 28 from Wilson, 28 from Battle, 24 from Awuzie and Murphy, 17 from DJ, 15 from Davis, 12 from Hendrickson, and Akeem's got 10 in terms of QB sacks. Just 2 out of the season, and then not a single interception. Yikes. McPherson's only had 1 field goal attempt this year. He's made a lot of extra points, which is good. Then you got your punting, your kick return, and your punt return there. Miles Stevenson, special teams. Now we're 8th in offensive yards gained, which is good. Our passing's going to be near the top. And our rush is at 750. I mean, 750 might be also near the top too. And we're scoring 29.8 points per game. We're outscoring teams. Right? So we just got to keep doing that. And then defensively, a little bit worried about that. Considering the fact that, you know, we've been pretty solid on the yardage. Actually, I should go this way. We've been pretty solid on the yardage. Our passing yards allowed 1509 is not too bad. It's pretty solid, actually. 623 rush yards allowed is good. We've allowed 144 points, which it's doable. It's doable. Could be better. Could be worse. I mean, are there any moves we want to make right now? Don't think so. I want to take a look at the contract extensions, negotiations, just to give us an idea of how much people are up for negotiation, how much money we're going to have. Yeah, Jamar Chase, want to keep him around for sure. Jordan Davis, Pratt. So there's definitely some guys here. Hendrickson, want to keep around. Miles Murphy's got an option. But yeah, Jamar Chase, I didn't want you hitting, like, even becoming close to being a free agent. So we're gonna give you what you want. Yeah, I mean, might as well. Probably could have even lessened the contract, but we're not even gonna take any risks with losing Jamar Chase. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We should be okay. We'll see how we do. All right, so we ended up going 12-5 on the season, and we're taking on the Dolphins here. I mean, we had the #1 offense. I mean, not a surprise. Our defense was trash. Also not a surprise, but somehow, some way, 12-5. I mean, I don't get it, but here we are. I mean, Joe Burrow must be that guy. He is him. He claimed he was him, and now he is him. Joe Burrow. Really good season, 35 TDs, only 3 interceptions, 78% completion percentage, 126.1 passer rating, 4,518 yards. Love it. Joe Mixon, 1,268 yards, 13 TDs, 346 and 11 from Kendall Keenan as well. So that's fantastic to see. On receiving end, 1,216 yards, 6 TDs from Higgins. Jamar Chase, 1,141 for 872 and 15 from Tyler Boyd. Jasicki's got 787, 3 TDs as well of his own. Our blocking, other than Atlanta Brown, was pretty good. Rain Pratt, 147 tackles to lead the team by far. Daxon Hill, 98 tackles, 92 from Wilson, 87 from Taylor Britt. Ashton Davis, 69, 66 from Battle, 65 from Awuzie, 48 from Murphy, 46 from Davis, 45 between Trey and DJ. So that's not too bad there. Sacks, 6 from Hendrickson. Murphy with 3, a half sack, 1.5 sacks from Davis and Jones. These guys with half a sack. Interceptions, we picked up a little bit on that front. 3 interceptions from Awuzie, Taylor Britt with 2, 2 from Pratt. And we got Hill, Lou Wilson, and Davis as well. In terms of kicking, there's McPherson, you got your punting, and your kick return, and punt return. So yeah, we're the #1 offensive team in terms of yardage. Probably not even close. We're second in terms of passing. And then not number 1 in rush, but near the top in rush. Yeah, near the top in rush. So yeah, we were the #1 team by total yards gained. That's total yards gained. But total offensive yards, yeah, we were #1. And we scored 29.9 points, I imagine. Yep, #1 in the league. And defensively, you saw there, one of the worst teams on the yardage. I don't know if that means we were really that bad of a defensive team, just that people went up and down the football field against us, which is true on the pass. Rush also, 1881. I mean, that's a little bit better. That's definitely a little bit better. I mean, 402 points allowed. It is near the bottom of the league. So, again, just continue to outscore teams in the playoffs. Can we do it? I mean, we'll find out. We're heading on to the Super Sim here to take on the Dolphins. Let's see what happens and go on from there. And we were the better team, but that doesn't mean much. Let's see if we can get the W here or jump forward to the end of the game. So starting off here against Miami, we're going to get first blood 7-0. They're going to tie up the game, though, 7-7 going to the second quarter. They're going to take the lead here 14-7. We're going to tie right back up, though, 14-14 third quarter. And they're going to get a field goal there and a touchdown. We're going to get a touchdown, 24-21. Can't get a stop there. But it's 31-28. Can we turn the ball over and tie it? We cannot. So, lose in the wild card, 31-28 on a field goal. By a field goal, rather. So there you go, wild card, 12-5. We get eliminated. But when we're 9-8, somehow barely making the playoffs by winning the final game of the season, we go all the way. That's the EA logic, ladies and gentlemen. The EA logic. When you have a better team, but you still lose in the wild card. Joe Burrow got out. 269, 3 TDs. I mean, not bad. Like a little bit higher on the percentage, but Mixon 7 carries, 92 yards. Obviously the problem was the defense. We just couldn't outscore the Dolphins. Our defense was ass. Dolphins went all the way to win the Super Bowl, beating the Cowboys 13-10. Christian Wilkins winning the Super Bowl MVP. We got Burrow winning MVP, which is amazing, except we lost in the wild card. Peterson, Brandon Ayuk, Mike Parsons. We got Gibbs and Meredith. Jets and Bears, defensive rookie users respectively. It's one of our offseason. Close to $41 million of money. 9 players up for negotiation. Jordan Davis, Jermaine Pratt. Keep him around. I mean, he's been good for us. So a few guys, obviously Trey Hendrickson, keep him around. I mean, looks like a lot of these guys are going to end up wanting to test. But let's see if we can end up keeping on the team and go on from there. Jordan Davis, I didn't get. I'm going to franchise tag him, though, I think. So we're not going to have any money in free agency unless I do some contract restructurings. If the free agency class is that good, then I will consider doing contract negotiations. But I don't know. I mean, team salaries. Who's making the most money? Joe Burrow, obviously. I mean, we could free up a lot of money with him. Also, Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is making a ton of money as well. They're all locked up. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a big deal if we freed up some money for them. I guess it depends on who's in free agency that we would want to, go after. So I'll look. If there's anybody that's good in free agency, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I want to get them, and I have enough money to free up, then I'll do it. But my guess is that we're just going to end up not, it's not a good free agency. So, yeah, I'll wait till maybe the next season, which I think would be the 4th and final off season for us. So, yeah, I mean, Lane Johnson, Nah, yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. All right, yeah, maybe in our fifth and final season for the fourth and final off season, if like Tyreek Hill is there, I'll overpay for him. But he'll still sign with like Carolina or something like that. Sometimes he's there, or just like another stud. But again, that's offense. I need defense. That's what I really need. I need defense. I don't need offense. I need defense. Give me like a stud defensive player. Give me like Parsons or something like that. Even though I have a good end in Hendrickson, but still. Anyways, all right. I'll see you guys at the draft recaps. Since obviously we don't have money for free agency. In case you guys are curious about the draft recap, here it is. Nothing too wild to look at, but we got ourselves some more defensive players, a couple ends, a cornerback. We did get ourselves some more tackles as well, another guard. But yeah, Justin Malone, welcome to the squad. It's our first round pick. All right, let's head on to the next season. Try to see if we'll be better defensively this year. All right, let's look at the roster. You saw the Eagles 92 overall on offense. That's crazy. But we got QB Joe Burrow. We've got Mixon running back still with Keenan. Fullback, no fullback. Wide receiver, got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, which is pretty good. Just 60 our tight end still. We got left tackle Orlando Brown. David Edwards, left guard. Center's going to be Josh Myers. Cap is going to be our right guard. Right tackle is going to be J.D. Quick now. Miles Murphy's going to be our left end. We got Trey Hendrickson going to be our right end. Defensive tackle is Jordan Davis on that franchise tag. Also, Teddy Johnson's there too, since we lost DJ. Akeem's going to be our left outside linebacker. Mid linebackers be Jermaine Pratt still. Right outside linebackers be Logan Wilson. Dobie's going to be our corner with Cam and DJ. A lot of DJs, man. A lot of DJs. Ashton Davis, free safety. Strong safeties, Daxton Hill. Evan McPherson's kicking. Punting is still Brad Robbins. Obviously, we don't have our first round pick this year. That's fine. I mean, we're going to try to make a trade at some point in this video. Like a big one. Maybe the fifth and final season. We just try to like acquire a really good player. I don't know what it would be. It could be offense. It could be defense. It's just we'll have the picks, and it's like, all right, we're going to do it. But right now, there's not much that I want to do for this season, quite frankly. Yeah, there just isn't really much to do. So I think we'll just kind of keep the team as is. Fullback. You get a fullback if we wanted, like a Gilliam. If I can afford it, which I can't because of the franchise tag. So never mind about that. And sorry for yawning there while talking. It just so happens that I'm yawning while talking, and I have an innate skill of doing that. All right, I'll see you guys at the mid-season point. Hopefully this year we can make the playoffs again and advance past the wild card. All right, guys, so we ended up being 4-2 right now, which is not too bad. Looking here, we got the Ravens up for this week. Actually, looking at our rankings in terms of yardage, surprisingly not that great, but defensively looks like we're a bit better. 4-2. Let's look at the stats, see what we got going on here. So Joe Burrow this season, he's still doing pretty well. 1,449 yards, 12 TDs, 2 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, 194 passer rating. On the rush, we've got Joe Mixon, 4,838 yards, 9 TDs. Receiving, Jamar Chase, 466, 6 TDs, lead the way. 237 and nothing for Higgins. Gesicki, 282 and nothing. Tyler Boyd, 250 and 6. Blocking has been overall pretty good so far. 7 sacks allowed. That's much better. On the defense side of the ball, Pratt, 43 tackles, 41 from Wilson, 33 from Taylor Britt, 30 from Woozy. Hills got 28, 20 from Davis, 26 from Malone, 25 from Davis, 20 from Hendrickson and Teddy Johnson. We got Miles Murphy, 18, 14 from Hayden. Sacks, 3 from Teddy, 2 from Pratt, and these guys down here, 1 half sack from these guys here. Got 4 interceptions, team Taylor Britt, Pratt, and a Woozy. Kicking, McPherson. Your punting is Brad Robbins, kick return, and punt return. Overall, pretty good, right? So, offensive yards, 25th. I mean, that's not great. And it's probably because our rush is kind of low. I don't know if it's our rush that's low, our passing is low. I mean, our passing seems kind of average at best. We're 560 rush yards, which is pretty low. We get 29 points per game. Now, I think it also could be... I was going to say it could be that maybe some of these teams also have played an extra game than we have, and that's probably why it's kind of low, which would make sense. Because our bye week might have been, earlier than others. And, yeah, I mean, you can see the Ravens have played 7 games. So that could also be why Browns are 0-7. Jeez. All right, well, let's see what happens. Turner's got a trade offer. We review it. DJ Turner, let's review the offer, see what's out there for him. Isaiah Hodgins and 2 7s. I mean, that's not a horrible deal, but I'm not going to do it. Because why would I trade away a corner? I mean, we need defense, so it just doesn't really make much sense. We got 10 players up negotiation. Should be pretty interesting. $40 million. I mean, Jordan Davis, like, keep him around. Hill, DJ Turner. Yes, he's a free agent. That's probably why they want to trade for him. Orlando Brown. So a few guys. We're definitely going to do a couple of guys with options. We're definitely going to do the contract restructurings for sure to free up cap room, because I do want to try to make some moves in our 5th and final season. In terms of trades, I don't think we can make one this year. I don't plan on doing it. Yeah, we're over the cap, but definitely want to improve the lines as well. Probably going to get rid of David Edwards as well, but he still has a year deal. We'll trade him for some, I don't know, something. But yeah, let's keep simulating and see what ends up happening this year. And didn't make the playoffs. I mean, that kind of stinks. Yeah, that kind of stinks. Okay. I mean, that's tough. That's a little tough. I mean, I can't be mad at being 10-7. And, you know, it's pretty good. It's just, you know, not good enough, I guess. Yeah, we literally missed out because we were 10-7. I mean, a lot of teams are 10-7, so it was tough. Yeah, I'm not upset about that. I mean, I'm a little upset that we missed out, but I mean, that's a pretty solid year. On any other year, on the end of the season you made, so you really had to win. There might have been some like bad losses in there, tough losses, but you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, Joe Burrow, pretty solid year as well. 42-43, 32 TDs, 6 interceptions, 72% completion percentage, 130 point passer rating. Joe Mixon, 1,199 yards, 21 TDs. He had a really good year. Then you got your other guys there, rushing, receiving wise. Jabbar Chase, 1,260 yards, 9 TDs, 992 and 8 from Higgins. Tyler Boyd, 56 and 9. 7, 12 and 2 from Gesicki. Your blocking, other than Orlando Brown, was pretty good. Defensively, Pratt, 122 tackles, 114 from Wilson, 90 from Malone, 77 from Woozy. Daxton with 76, 72 from Taylor Britt, 62 from Jordan Davis, 56 from Ashton Davis, that is. Murphy with 50, 49 from Hendrickson, 47 from Johnson. Sack-wise, 4 from Davis, 4 from Murphy, 3 from Hendrickson, 3 from Teddy, 2 from Pratt, and these guys down here. We got 5 interceptions from Chidobe, 2 from Hill and Cam, and then the guys down here, 1. There's McPherson's kicking, missed 3 field goals. Other than that, he made all the extra points. And you can see the rest there. Kicking return, punt return, all that good stuff. So we end up 8th offensive yards, top half of the league indeed. Passing's near the top. As per usual, our rush 1693, that is going to be near the bottom. We did score 26.7 points, which was close to the top half of the league. And then defensively, I mean, we definitely took a bit of a dip. 404 points allowed, that's near the top. 759 rush yards. I mean, we defended well against the rush. Our pass, not so much. But again, we were 10-7 and we missed out. So it's kind of tough to say. We won the Super Bowl when we went 9-8, and you know, this year 10-7, you can't make the playoffs. It's annoying, but I mean, it's just like everybody else was pretty good. The Steelers missed out too. They were 10-7, so a lot of good teams missed out. Not much you can do about it. All right, let's see who wins the Super Bowl. But for the final season, we got to try to make some improvements to get back to the playoffs for sure. So the Chiefs beat the Cowboys. Mahomes MVP. We got Dak Prescott winning the MVP in the NFL. Mike McCarthy, Jalen Hurts, Mike Parsons, David Ramos from the Bears, and Alan Middlebrooks from the Lions. Rookies of the year, respectively. That's the final season. Let's head on to our 4th and final offseason. We got a lot of moves to make. Try to get some guys back. We're going to free up some money. And hopefully there's some good players out there for free agency. So we got a decent amount of money. Some guys up for negotiation. A couple guys with options, which we'll accept right now. Deion Spence has an option. We'll accept that option. And then also, I think that was actually the only guy with the option. So, yeah, definitely want to get some of these guys back here. That's my thought process there. I'm going to free up some cash, though, first. So I do want to have a lot of money in free agency. Hopefully it's a decent free agency enough at the final season. Can't guarantee it, but let's just free up some cap. Let's do it. And we'll also make some trades as well, which should be exciting. So I'll see you guys once I'm finished with all of this stuff that I need to do here, restructuring and trying to see who wants to stay on our team before hitting free agency. Davis, Turner, and Brown. We'll just let them test. Honestly, it's fine. We'll try to re-sign them in free agency or find replacements for them. It's not a big deal. But we have a lot of money because I did free up some cap with the restructurings. I'm hoping that's a good free agency. I can't guarantee it for sure, but we'll see who's out there. I mean, Marcus Williams would be decent for our defense. I mean, try to get Ronnie Stanley as well. Let's keep our team better than Orlando Brown. So I'll offer those guys contracts, see if we can get them on our team. We can try to get a new punter as well. Want to get Davis back. So it's not really that great of a free agency. I mean, you can even, we can figure some things out. So let me look around the market, see if we get some players on our squad. I traded for Vea and Winfield Jr. from the Buccaneers. We traded away two first rounders, 3 seconds, and a third round pick. So a lot of trades right there. Big trade to improve the defense. Needed that. So helped us out tremendously. All right, I also traded for Jonathan Mingo from the Commanders. Bunch of third rounds and fourth rounds and fifth round pick there to give ourselves another wide receiver that fits the scheme of our team. All right, so we're about to head on to the free agency recap. I'm not going to make any more signings. We have a lot of money, so I'd probably make another trade. Not sure what, but I don't have a lot of draft capital now, so I have to trade it all away. So it'll be a bit tough, but we'll probably do something at the start of the season, if not the mid-season of next year. But we did okay free agency wise. We did get some decent players here. Wanted to get Williams, couldn't get him. It wasn't too great of a free agency, but to get Ronnie Stanley, new left tackle, Tommy Townsend, new punter, and then Cody Barton, another mid linebacker. So hopefully that'll bolster up the team a little bit more. I'm trying to make the playoffs again in our fifth and final season. Hopefully we can do it. I'll see you guys at the start of the fifth and final season. The draft doesn't really matter this year. I don't have any picks. So in our fifth and final season, let's look at the roster before I decide if I want to make a move to start the season. As you can see, we got Joe Burrow up to a 99 overall. We still got Mixon, Keenan, fullback, no fullbacks right now. We got Jabbar Chase, T. Higgins, Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver. So still got Boyd as well. Then we have Jasicki, tight end. Ronnie Stanley's got left tackle. Left guards, David Edwards, Josh Myers, center. Right guards could be Alex Kappa, J.D. Quick, right tackle. Miles Murphy's going to be our left end. Right end's going to be Trey Hendrickson. Vea's going to be our defensive tackle. Keem Davis is going to be our left outside linebacker. Mid-liners be Pratt, Barton. Logan Wilson will be our outside linebacker. We got Hayden as well. Dobie, Taylor Britton, Malone, corners. Winfield Jr. will be our new free safety. And strong safety will be Daxton Hill. Kicking is McPherson. Punting is Tommy Townsend. I mean, our team looks good on paper. And there's still plenty of room for improvement. And I think I might make a trade. I mean, we have a lot of money. We have a lot of free cap to make a trade. So, honestly, though, my thought process here is let's try to trade for, a couple guys. And I think I'm going to do that. I think there's a couple guys I want on my mind. I think I might want another running back. I want a left guard. And I want a couple other positions of need. Maybe another center. Maybe another left linebacker, probably. So I'm going to look around and see if we could maybe try to acquire a 3-package deal. All right, I traded for Von Ness, Parham, and Poole from the Raiders. We traded away a bunch of the rest of the picks there. So just to get a couple guys there, I needed a left outside linebacker, want another left guard, and I just got another running back, like a backup to back up Mixon. I mean, we have a bunch of guys I feel like that could kind of fit that mold, but just to have another option, it doesn't hurt. So I think with that all being said, I mean, we take a look at the schemes, make sure that they're right. Most percentage-wise, it looks like 84% on that vertical power run makes the most sense, and in 46 defense, we're going to switch that to maybe a base 4-3 or Tampa 2. We can go with Tampa 2. Yeah, we'll go with that. I feel like that should be pretty cool. So we'll go with the Tampa 2, and I will see you guys in the mid-season point. I think we should be good this year. Let's see what happens. All right, so we ended up going 6-1 so far on the season, which is pretty good. We got Hayden an offer. We can review it because maybe, just maybe, we can get somebody that could help us out. Charles Cross would be interesting in a 6th-round pick, but I think we have Stanley, so I don't feel like I need him from the Seahawks. But that is a pretty decent trade offer for him. But I'm not going to do it. I mean, we lost to the Steelers last week. If we didn't lose to them, we'd be 7-0. All right, let's see the stats and see what we got going on here. I mean, Joe Burrow's doing great. 2,265 yards, 18 TDs, 1 interception, 77% completion percentage, 135.2 pass rating. He's looking really good. On the rush, Kirk Poole is looking good. 461 ATD. So it looks like, I don't know where Mixon is, but he's not here. He's not here. Receiving-wise, Jamar Chase, 600 ID, 6 TD, 655 and 2 from Higgins, 311 from Jasicki, Mingo. He's got 248 and 4 TDs. Our blocking has been pretty dang good so far. Defensively, Logan Wilson leading team in tackles, 54. 49 from Pratt, 40 from Woozy. Winfield Jr.'s got 35, 34 from Taylor Britt, 26 from Van Ness. Malone, 25, 23 from Hill, 21 from Vea. So we're looking good defensively this season, looks like. We're 5.5 sacks for Vea. Hendrickson's got 2 from Murphy, and then it kind of dips from there. 3 interceptions as a team. Not too crazy. And you got McPherson's kicking, Tommy Tennant's punting, and your kick return. Punt return from Stevenson as your special teams guy. Clearly number 1 offensive team, especially when you're passing the ball like we are. 641 on the rush. I mean, there's nothing crazy about 641 on the rush, but we're scoring 33.1 points per game, which is the best in the league. And how are we looking defensively? That's the real question. We're still not there yet. Looks like we never are going to be there. Our pass yards allowed most in the league. Our rush, though, is second best. I mean, I guess that's because of our defensive scheme. I mean, we're allowing 137 points, which is okay. So we're looking good on that front. But the question is, I mean, there's really no moves we can make. I mean, this is the team, and I'm keeping it the way we are because we've been good this year. You can see our rankings. We're number 1 defense. I mean, number 1 offense by far. And yeah, the defense is not too great. So we just got to keep scoring. Just keep outscoring teams. That's all we got to do. All right, I'll see you guys at the end of the season since I don't have any picks to make trades, and I don't want to trade away Hayden. Well, we went 14-3. Great season. You see the rankings. You're doing all right defensively. Stepped it up a little bit. Obviously, we're great offensively. See, the Colts were a pretty good team. They look good. They were 9-8 though, but somehow we didn't get the bye. That went to the Bills, so they must have won 15-2, or they went 14-3, and they just had the breaker over us. Nevertheless, great season. But, you can't lose in the first round. Okay, they were 16-1. Can't lose in the first round of this team, I don't think. You got to get to at least the conference championship game. I mean, I'd like to get to the Super Bowl and win it all, but, that might be asking too much from EA. Let's see the stats. I mean, obviously, Joe Burrow, great season again. 4,618 yards thrown for, 39 TDs, 2 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, and 125.2 passer rating. Fantastic stuff there. Kirk Poole, 1,112 yards, 12 TDs. Not too bad from him. Receiving-wise, Jamar Chase, 1,421 yards, 11 TDs, 1,229 yards from T. Higgins. He also had 11 TDs, 694 and 9 from Jonathan Mingo. We had Jasicki, 605 and 1. Blocking looked good. Not too bad. Nobody allowed double-digit sacks. Logan Wilson, 115 tackles, 107 from Pratt, 96 from Taylor Britt, 88 from Woozy, 75 from Winfield Jr., 74 from Vea, 70 from Malone, 69 from Daxton Hill, Van Ness, 43 from Murphy, 39 from Hendrickson, which is not too bad. In terms of sacks, 14.5 from Vea, that's really good, 5 from Murphy, 5 from Hendrickson, Van Ness with 2, and then it kind of dips down after that. I see Woozy's got 4 interceptions, but that didn't even lead the team. It was 5 from Logan Wilson. He had 3 from Hill, and then these guys down here with 1. There's your kicking from McPherson, who had 2 missed field goals, but made all back extra points. And then, your punting from Tommy, and then Miles with your special teams. So we were number 2 on offense. I don't know who number 1 was. Oh, there you go, the Falcons. We threw for 4,618 yards, which was second best, only behind the Bears. And then our rush was at 1,757, which I think is near the top as well. 29.6 points per game, number 1 in the NFL. And then defensively, we did step it up a little bit, becoming a slightly above average defensive team, or an average at best team. Our passing was near the top. We do allow a lot of passing yards. And our rush was also second best. I mean, our scheme fits that. And we did allow 220 points for second least amount, only to the Bills. So we were a pretty solid defensive team and in some aspects. So we'll see what ends up happening here. The question is, we face the Bills, though. They're going to pass the ball like crazy against us. But we got to first get out of this and beat the Colts. Let's just try to do that. All right, so here we go, the wild card. We've got the Colts versus the Bengals here. So we're going to jump not to the next play. Jump forward to the end of the game. No. The end of the game. Okay, thank you. Alright, well, we didn't score there first blood. First quarter, looks like Colts are going to get the first blood. Yep, 7-0. And we're going to tie up the game, though. No, we're not. We're going to miss the extra point. 14-6 right now, going to the second half. Got to score here. We do. Field goal, 14-9. Can we score again? We take the lead, 17-14 on the two-point conversion. They're going to take the lead, though. Take the lead, and we are going to lose this football game. How is it that we go 14-3 and lose to the Colts? I don't get it. I don't understand how we go 9-8, win the Super Bowl with a very inferior team, and then when we make the team better, we somehow get worse. It just doesn't make any sense, EA. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Brother. Okay. I mean, our defense is 28 points. I mean, we honestly didn't score as much as I wanted to. 17 points isn't really enough. So there you go. That's how the video ends. We lose in the wild card to the Colts. Typical EA. Okay. I mean, Joe Burrow, 295, 2 TDs. Kirk Poole, 12 carries, 40 yards. Jamar Chase, 5 receptions, 41 yards. T. Higgins, 5 receptions, 69 yards. Nice. All right, well, I guess let's just see who wins the Super Bowl and then close the video. At least we got a Super Bowl. I'll take a Super Bowl victory because at least we got one. Falcons went all the way and beat the Chiefs. Desmond Ridder, Super Bowl MVP. We had Hurts, Taylor, Hurts, Garrett. And the Cardinals, Sidney Broyles, and then Boatwright from the Commanders, winning offensive and defensive rookies respectively. So, with that all being said, I mean, we got our Super Bowl. That was about it. We missed the playoffs a couple times, maybe one of them being wrongfully so. I'd say that would be probably the third season it was. We went 10-7, and we underperformed a bit in the preceding years, losing in the wild card round both times. I mean, okay, I guess, hey, we got a Super Bowl. With that being said, full screen close of the video. Alright guys, so that's going to be me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment down below this video. Go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel down in the description if you do like other content from me, TJP. So overall, not too bad. I mean, we'll take it. We got the job done in our second season. Feel like we got a pretty solid team. So now we got one more NFC Conference Championship team. Well, that lost that in the Conference Championship. And I think that's the 49ers. And then we've got our two Super Bowl teams, which is the Eagles, which I'll do the Eagles first because they lost, and then the Chiefs. And that's it. And then we're done with our normal team rebuilds, and we'll go on to our fantasy draft. Maybe we'll do some picks. Maybe we'll do some career sims this year. I said I was going to do career sims in NFL. I didn't do that. So let me know. I don't know if there's a 0 overall roster out there. I'd like to do something like that. That'd be kind of fun. I don't want to have to sit through and make one, but maybe if I find the time, I will. We'll see. But with that being said, I'm going to head on out now. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace.